All right, Shalom, Shalom Israel. This is Brother Warba alongside the brother Mayam. Representing Great Millstone Dallas. Brother representing Great Millstone Tampa. We're coming back to you again with another lesson. Before we get started and before we kick it off, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to you hopeful elect that's out there doing the work in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the planet Earth. Shalom to you sincere Akwaf that are listening and that are subscribed to this channel as well. Peace and greetings to you too. All right. Tonight, the lesson that we're going to basically go into, I know that Brother Mayam has some things he wanted to talk about. So without further ado, I'm going to let him get it started, and we're going to roll with the spirit.
Yeah. So, basically, we're in the time of preparing yourself mentally, and like we're getting ready to read, realizing the times that we're living in. Okay, because if you haven't woken up and smelled the lamb, all right, and see what's actually happening out there on the world and understand what's happening, all right, you're gonna get caught out here with your pants down.
That's right.
All right, and the Most High is not gonna play with these guys that are just lollygagging out here. Okay, so we got a lot that's happening out here in Israel. All right, you got a lot that's happening now around the world. That's obvious. But one thing that we want to get into here in a little, in this lesson is that the times that we're living in, all right, they're evil. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of lies that are being spoken of towards and directed towards the men of the Lord. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of false accusations. You're gonna have some brothers that might get put to death. Okay, yep. Brothers that are gonna get locked up. Okay, a lot of things are beginning to happen in this truth. Okay, you got something real quick?
Con, if I could say this too, basically the back of what the brother is saying, and all of those things that the brother just mentioned were written aforetime for our learning. Okay, those things were prophesied. They were prophesied about. Okay, and we're fortunate enough to be able to see all of these prophecies unfold right before our very eyes. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And so we're blessed to be able to see that actually happen. All right, the rumors of wars. You know what I'm saying? The race riots, all the tensions going on. You know what I'm saying? Brothers getting accused of different things. There was just an article the other day saying that something that happened up in New Jersey where some jakes did some madness, and they basically blamed it on the black Hebrew Israelites, and really not even knowing if that brother was even affiliated or if that person was even affiliated with us at all. And first and foremost, it's not a black thing. Okay, it's not we're the black Hebrew Israelites. We're the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, but that's what they're going to point that at. That's what the enemy or the Edomites are going to point that at, man. Okay.
And so, like, if I may interject real quick, the reason why Esau does that is to put that negative cloud, over the whole Hebrew Israelite thing. That's why he says black Hebrew Israelites. He wants to put that negative cloud, just that same reason why he calls Jake blacks, black Americans, or blacks. He call you black, because they when you think about the so-called Negroes, they call them blacks. Oh yeah, he's black guy. You think about that person as a negative thing. So that's what Esau. That's a tactic that Esau uses to try to do the same thing with his truth. Okay?
That's right.
So he calls us black Hebrew Israelites, and he continuously continues to call us that.
Yep, calls you things, calls you bywords, different things that are not what you are and what your real name is. Okay, but again, these are things that were prophesied about, by men of old, men of renown. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick precept, brother, if I may. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Okay? And that's clear, man. Okay? You know, it's right around the corner, man. Yahushua, our big brother, is about to come back and crack them clouds and come back and deliver us, man. Okay? So a lot of you Israelites, man, who happen to be in the know or that think you're in the know, man, it's time for you to get yourself together and get right, man. Because these prophecies are ramping up. There's things that are happening. You know, the chip is literally here. You know, all of these prophecies are happening, and it was written right here in the scriptures, man. And we've been given the blueprint. Okay, we've been given the playbook. We know what's going to happen. All right, we've been watching, and if you've been a diligent watcher, a diligent watchman, man, you've been doing what you're supposed to do, then you already know what's supposed to happen. Okay, there shouldn't be no excuse whatsoever why you're not ready or why you should be found lacking in that day. Okay.
But sir, could you read that one more time?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11, and it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
So like the brother said, man, you know, it's right around the corner. You know, it ain't no time to be bullshit in this truth, man. You know, the Most High is gonna, hey, man, you know, we said it earlier, the Most High is gonna catch a lot of you jakes with your pants down, man. Bullshitting, pissing, okay? Like a saying in the world, you pissing away your career, man. You know? Real quick, I got a quick precept because it said what? Read that last part again, Salakia.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And I'm going to read it all the way through. It says, and that knowing the time, that now is a high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
So our salvation is nearer than when we believed. And real quick, this is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right, so you get a lot of these people that say, and like in the scriptures tell you that these people say, so well, this ain't gonna come in my lifetime.
Yep.
You know, or the forefathers had spoken about this before, and we're still here. It ain't gonna be this gonna happen. No, man. The days are being shortened for the elect's sake, man.
Yep.
Things are happening like this, man. Prophecies, guess what, man? Prophecies are getting ready to roll out, man. We see it happening, man. For those of you that have eyes to hear, or eyes to see and ears to hear, man. Okay? This time is being shortened, man. And it's nigh time to wake up out of that sleep, man. Stop fucking sleeping, man. Stop sleeping on this devil. Because this devil's getting ready to roll through your front door, man. For you Israelites out there. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that want to side with the so-called white man, guess what? He's getting ready to roll through your door. Here it is, you're laughing at, oh, look, they're the black Hebrew Israelites. They need to get taken off the streets. Well, guess what? In that day, you're going to be considered a black Hebrew Israelite in the eyes of Esau.
Yep.
When he comes rolling through them streets. Okay? You idiots.
That's exactly right, man. And, you know, and the land back off what the brother said, you know, it's those times where people, they think that their heritages and everything like that is going to continue to go on forever and ever and ever, man. You know, you got so-called Israelites or so-called Jake, you know, that is out there that's planning for 20, or 25 graduations and you know, what do you call them? Class reunions and all of this and that, because they think that their lineages and their heritages are going to go on forever. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High actually has a plan. He has a real plan in store, man. That ain't going to happen, man. Okay? Not the way that you think it is. Not the way that the biblical Edomite has it set up for things to go on, man. And, you know, and it should end, man. Why would you want to continue to stay in this place, man, where it's this continuous filth? Week in and week out, day in and day out. All right, you know, think about it. We in hell, man. This is spiritual and physical captivity, man, all over again. If you really think about it, man. If you're paying attention, you should already see this, man. You know, A lot of Jacob get money in their hands, or they'll get in a position where they can get comfortable, and then Jacob try to build and try to be here, man. You know, and try to continue to live in a place that's not meant for them. Okay? That's why the scriptures tell you that this is not your rest. Okay? This is not your rest, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has a kingdom, has a place set up for us, man. All right? Just like he did back in Egypt whenever he brought us out of Egypt and he was bringing us to the promised land. There is a place, there is a kingdom set for us. Okay? But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you're in that mind state of that this is it. And it's clearly not, man. And you know it's not. That's the problem. You see all of these prophecies unfolding right before your very eyes. You know shit is fucked up. You know that, look at it. Look at the place, man. You know, step out, as the cliche saying goes, step out and smell the roses, man. You see everything is fucked up. You look at your government, how it's ran. You look at the food you eat, the water you drink, the situation that you're in, man. It's just a big rat race, man. All for nothing. All right? Okay. All for nothing. I got, when you finished on that, I got a little bit more on this Romans.
That was it on the one that I was reading.
This is Romans chapter 12, chapter 13, verse 12. And it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. That's right, man. So you Israelites that claim that you're in the know, man, what are you going to do, man? All right? If you claim that you woke and you know the law, statutes, and commandments, and you claim that you know the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you still sitting on your hands, man, what does that say? You know, the scriptures tell you that, blessed is he that is found so doing, when the Lord returns, loosely paraphrasing. Because if he finds you, and you supposed to be on watch, you a watchman, and you ain't sounding the alarm, what good are you doing? Okay? So I'll say this. I used to be in the military, and there is this thing that we called that we used to do called watch, where people will hold watch. You know what I'm saying? And watch was the most important position of duty, because you're there to watch for the enemy while everybody else sleeps. You're there to sound the alarm. Okay? So if you were caught sleeping on watch, that's like automatic dismissal, man. That's you out. You would get kicked out for that. Or in the olden days, you would get put to death in a time of war. Okay? How much more is it in this truth? It's the same scenario. If you have been endowed with the law, statutes, and commandments, and this truth, this gift, this beautiful gift of ours, and you're not sounding the alarm, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're not watching, then shame on you. Woe to you, man. You're going to get destroyed just like the rest of these people here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not hastening the day. You're not measuring the times, man. You're not being diligent. Okay? You got something, brother?
Just real quick, just to go into what you were saying about the way these people, their mentality. This is 1 Peter's chapter 3, verse 4. Well, I'll start at verse 3.
Bring it up.
1 Peter's chapter 3, verse 3. Or Salakia, 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this verse, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
That's right, man. You got people that come up talking smack all the time, man. And you get that week in and week out every day of your life, man. You got scoffers not just on the highways and the byways. You got scoffers at your job. You got scoffers at your kids' daycare. You got scoffers even in your own home, man. You know what I'm saying? You may have your family that may be against you. Your woman could be against you. Talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, your own kids sometimes too.
Respect. You can have all those types of situations going down and people scoffing at you, talking all types of nonsense. In reality, they just trying to tell you that ain't nothing ever going to happen. But you know better, man. You have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and the faith, man. Or do you?
Okay. And real quick, if I may say this, that just goes to show you how beat down our people are. That they really believe that they cannot be saved from the conditions that they're in. Because that's why this scripture said, it said in verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Man.
For since the fathers fell asleep, since they've been saying that from years. They've been saying the end is coming for years. They said it in 1999.
God,
they said it.
That's the spirit.
You know, they said it all these times. They said it back in Rome. But guess what? The prophecies still had to be fulfilled.
Yep.
And guess what? For those of you who don't know, we living in the last days, man. The Most High is getting ready to come back for you dumbass niggas, man. And you dumbass bitch.
And he's not coming back with lollipops and rainbows and all this thing that you so-called Christians like to believe, man. He's not coming back with that. He's coming back to do damage control, coming back to get busy. Contrary to what you people like to believe.
I got a quick precept for you.
Run it.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And this is red letter.
Yeah, man.
I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it already be kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with. And how am I straight until it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth?
Man, hold on. He said, suppose ye. Do you think that I come to give peace on earth? And you said this is in red letter.
Red letter, look.
So that means so-called who the world so calls Jesus Christ said this. Okay? For you Christians out there, you Bible thumpers that like to talk all that God is love stuff, which yes, God is, but at the same time, the Lord is a man of war. All right? And contrary to what you are being taught in these churches, aka whorehouses, bro, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Blessed is he that read it. All you have to do is crack open your Bible, man. Read. It's there in that's in the New Testament.
Blessed
right?
is he that readeth, right? Revelation 1 verse 3.
Oh, I forgot.
See?
You see? And that's right there in the New Testament for a lot of you non-believers, you unbelieving Christians, you scoffers, man.
You New Testament only Christians, man.
Yeah, that's right there. Bible, should I read it again?
Okay. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth?
Man.
I tell you nay.
I tell you nay.
But rather division.
Rather division. You're supposed to be divided. You're supposed to be, there's supposed to be division within the home. There's not supposed to be hand joining in hand, and it's not supposed to be one body like that. It's not supposed to be one people. You're supposed to be segregated, man. All right? That's the way that the Lord meant it from the beginning. And then he's going to come back and he's going to separate people again. Even the book of 2nd Ezra tells you that, man. Whenever shit hits the fan, people are going to spread out and they're going to go back to their own kindred.
2nd Ezra,
you know what I'm saying? That's it. They're going to go back to their own kindred. Watch when martial law hit, man. You know, your neighbor Johnny, who always used to come out and maybe cut your grass whenever.
Wave at you as you get in the
middle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that day, he going to have a shotgun right to your face. And you come over there trying to borrow some sugar or to ask for some peaches or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have Deontay down the street that you've been knowing for all these years, that's been watching your kids for you while you was going to work or whatever. He gonna come bash your head in for a can of peaches in that day.
Shit for that box that you got up in there hidden away.
Okay? So, there's not gonna be all of that. People are gonna forget those times, man, when stuff gets hard, when shit hits the fan. When Jacob's trouble hits, man. Okay? But the watchmen, the men of the Lord, are already going to know it. They got the blueprint already. They already see what's going to happen. All right? According to what's written. All through the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know, loosely going in what the brother's going into, man, the prophecies, they're all warnings. That's warnings. Ringing the alarm. Ding, 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 ding. Just like, what was that movie, back in the school days or something like that? Wake up!
Oh, yeah, God.
Exactly, man. And you niggas, man, you so-called, damn.
I got a quick preset on something you said, Salakia.
Run it.
Because the brother said, you know, in the day when you're going through all these times, all these tough times, you're going to forget about all the good times you had, right?
Yep.
This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, or Salakia. Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity.
Man, that's exactly right, man. That's true.
They going getting all this.
Con, you think about
all the good times you had with your neighbor cooking hot dogs, kids playing in the pool.
Yeah, when you was going live, man, you was out there just living your best life, and then when that pain come, man, you don't remember none of that stuff.
No.
That's exactly the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, if you think about it like this, at the end of the month, when people don't even got money to pay their rent, they going through hell, they catching straights. They don't think about all them vacations that they was on, how they was kicking it in, you know, in damn Barbados. But, you know, all on Facebook, Snapchat, none of that. You don't think about none of that. You think about that pain. You think about that adversity that you're going through. How much more when our big brother Yahushua comes back and it's the end? You know what I'm saying? And you got to answer for all the fuckery that you had going. You know, all the things that you said, all the scoffing that you did. You know what I mean? Or all the things that you didn't do that you were supposed to do. Okay? About how you could have been brotherly, or how you could have been, how you shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you didn't. And you're gonna have to answer for that in that day, man. Okay? What's written in this book right here, it's not a game. This is real life. It's the best life. Real talk. If you abide by it and you are a part of the blessing, meaning you're a part of the gift, if you're a part of that holy family, okay? Jacob's kids. It's not meant for everybody. And I know I'm just basically rolling in the spirit with this, but that's the point, man. Okay? You know, you got a lot of these guys that are out here, man, that like to try to make a game out of this. You know, they want to debate this and debate that, say this and say that, you know, and in reality, man, they're missing the whole entire mark. You know, you got so-called camps that like to say that, oh, we got, you know, we got this and we got that, but you really don't. You're lacking. You're erring in the scriptures, man. You're saying that Paul's going off. You're saying all this other stuff, man, but you're not focusing on the main goal, man. You're not really woke. You just niggas just out there just doing shit, man.
Yep.
Bring out what you got, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 23, verse 5. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments.
That's right. You always want to big up yourself, man. You always want to show everybody what you doing and how you doing right, man. And you're really no better than the damn Pharisees and the scribes, man.
Because they coming out with these wayward doctrines just for people to be like, oh, yeah, he deep. Yeah, shit, he right. Paul did go off.
All for nonsense, for vanity. Which, if you look that word up, man, it just means emptiness. Nothing. You know? Vainglory. Nothing. Just to get praised of men. When men die and go to their graves in dust, man, they return to the dust where they came from, and the spirit go up, and then their memory it vanishes like smoke, and then it's nothing. It's over, and that's your reward if you follow people like that or you do things like that.
If the blind lead the blind, they shall both fall into a ditch.
Respect,
you know. That's what it goes down to if you following people like that, you know. And really, these guys ain't being watchmen, man. That's who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is dealing with it with his watchmen who are watching, who are feeding the sheep, warning the sheep. You know, that's who the Lord is dealing with. But what? Just like Yahushua, who the Lord was ultimately dealing with, the world rejected.
Kind.
Guess what? Yahushua told us that they will reject us too.
Kind.
They rejected me, they shall reject you.
That's right.
Okay, so who's being rejected in these last days, man? Really think about that. Who's being rejected out here? Is it these guys on the comment boards? No, everybody's bigging them up, like the brother was saying. Mm-hmm. Everybody's giving them thumbs up and shalom, right? Yeah. You know, but to the real man, the guys who are actually telling you what's getting ready to come, you people shunning them away because what? You're not paying attention to what's actually happening. That's right. You know? You got something?
No, all I had was precepts that you had.
Yeah, but we're trying to get that second Ezra's. But we're trying to. You still got the Ephesians?
Yeah, I still have Ephesians. I got you. All right, you said
second Ezra's 9.
I'll start from the top. This is second Ezra's chapter 9, verse 1, and it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of thy signs past, or part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
All right. Real quick, I want to get a word there, the etymology for the word measure. Okay? Because the brother said, "Measure thou the time diligently." That's a verb, right? Mm-hmm. So let's get the verb here. The etymology for the word measure says to exercise moderation, to deal out or divide up by measure, to ascertain spatial dimensions, quantity, or capacity of by comparison with a standard. What's the standard? These scriptures. Yep. This word.
That's it.
This is what we're comparing. Because it said of by comparison with a standard. We're comparing the times. We're comparing the news with the standard. Yep. We're comparing the riots, the earthquakes, the tempests of storms. Okay, the tribulations that every brother has to go through in their individual journey. Yep. We're comparing all that with this standard, man. That's the measure. Yep. Okay, that's how you measure the time diligently in itself, man. You compare it by using the standard, man. Okay? That's right. And you can only compare it if you have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You can only compare it if you understand the ruler you're using. That's right. Because you can be using millimeters, but you're used to inches, so you don't know how to break it down. Mm-hmm. You see? That's right. Read that from verse 2 again.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. And it says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
We know that the last days, okay, the day that the Lord was going to visit the earth is not going to be a day of how does it say it in Amos? A day of joy, but a day of darkness and gloominess, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not going to be a beautiful day. We read it earlier in Luke chapter 12. He's coming to bring the vision. That's not a happy-go-lucky day, man.
Not at all.
Okay? Then shall thou well understand when you start to see these things. Mm-hmm. But you got to understand what the day of the Lord is going to be like to know that you're in those days, man. Which we see it, man. We see it. We wake up and it can be a bright sunny day. But guess what? In my eyes, our spiritual eyes, we see a dark, gloomy day, man.
That's right.
And the closer we get, the darker it gets out here, man. Mm-hmm. Because what? Like the apostles just spoke on the other day, and like the scriptures say, man, at noonday he's going to be brought down. This devil, right? Yep. That's the highest point of the sun, right?
When everybody can see it.
Yep. So guess what? Like the apostle, I think it was Apostle Rama spoke at midnight. If you go according to Esau's time, at midnight is when the moon is the highest in the time, and that's when you have a changing of the day. Yep. Right? Well, guess what? Esau's day is getting ready to come down, man, at its highest point. Yep. And it's coming into the new day, the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay?
That's right.
That's what we're getting ready to come into.
If I can say this, just listening to brother, speak, it basically goes in, you know, when you watch those old westerns, man. You watch some old western movies, you know what I'm saying? And the cowboy is about to have a showdown. You know, you got one cowboy, you know, who's supposed to be all goodness, and you got the other cowboy who's all dressed in black. But they all go out there at high noon in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They go out there in front of everybody, and everybody
showdown.
Yeah, they all scatter out of the streets, and it's a showdown between one and one another. You know, and then they have that draw. That's the same thing that's gonna happen, man, on a much higher level. You know what I'm saying? In the spirit, and it's gonna show. And Esau's gonna go down in that day, man. And everybody that was under his drunken philosophy, that was drunk with his philosophy, they're gonna go down with him. Okay? And a lot of you jakes, man, a lot of you jakes that thought you were right, you know what I'm saying, and got proud and got puffed up in the spirit. A lot of you Israelites too, man. You're gonna go down with them. That's right. All right, you're gonna be a part of that. You're gonna feel the wrath, man. Okay. Is there some more on that 9 you wanted, or was that it?
No, that was pretty much it. Let me get one real quick, and then we can get that Ephesians 5, and we'll close out.
Right to that.
Okay. This is Salaki. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Yeah, man. I mean, in that day, you know, there's gonna be a lot that has to be answered for, and a lot that Jake gotta pay for in that day, man. In that time, man. Okay. I mean, it's not only you so-called, you know, believers. There's gonna be others that are out there, and Esau's gonna have a lot of company, man. Okay. You ready?
Kind of. This is Zechariah going on what the brother was just speaking on. Zechariah 8:13. Nope, Salaki. 13. Salaki. Zechariah 13 and 8, not 8:13. Jake got this shit backwards. This is Zechariah. This is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Doesn't sound very nice, does it?
Nope.
But it's the truth. I mean, a lot of people had the opportunity to go out and watch that movie, what was it, Avengers, the first one. You know, and the villain, Thanos, you know, he came out and he was talking about, you know, how he was going to eradicate half of all life on Earth, okay, and restart it again. Well, in reality, man, if you think about that, you know, that's exactly what's going to happen when a big bro Yahushua comes back, man. You know, 2/3 of you jakes are going to get wiped out. You know what I'm saying? And then all the rest of the heathen and all of them, those non-believers, the Lord is going to, you know, he said, you know, in red letters, bring them hither, the ones that don't want to obey, bring them hither and slay them before me at my feet. Okay? Isaiah 63 tells you again that the Lord's going to come back and he's going to get busy. All right? So yes, there's going to be a Thanos in that day. Okay? But it's going to be on the righteous side, man, and it's going to be very righteous, man.
And we spoke about that earlier, the shortening of the days. That's how quick it's going to be.
Exactly.
Snap of the finger. That's how quick it's going to seem to the man of the Lord. Like, damn, just the other day, I was sitting in the living room with the brother Mayam doing a lesson. Yep. And now the missile's coming.
Yep.
What the hell?
And a lot of you guys going to get caught up, man, like a thief in the night. Like this brother was saying earlier, you're going to get caught with your pants down, man. Yep. Because you weren't ready. Because you weren't diligent. Because you weren't watching.
That's right.
Okay? Because you had other bullshit on your mind, worldly things, secular things, man. You were being carnal, fleshly, all right? Yep. Worried about your damn ego, okay? Instead of doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right? Go ahead.
This is we'll close out on this one. This is Ephesians chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 15.
Right.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise,
man,
redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
That's right.
You see, the days are evil. Meaning what? We're these last days are evil. The day of the Lord is not light but darkness.
Yep.
Okay. Esau likes to put the black connotation on the Hebrew Israelites, but guess what? The days that are coming up, that's what Esau should be putting the black on, because the days that are coming up are going to be complete blackness, spiritual blackness. It's going to be dark, evil days out here, man. what does the scripture say? I forget where it's at. It's in 2nd Ezra somewhere, but it talks about that evil shall multiply in those days.
Yep.
Okay, then shall evils multiply. I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 9, somewhere down in there.
Okay.
But then shall evils. Oh no, Salakia. Let's get it real quick. Yeah, because the time. It goes into the times that we're coming into. If you want to bring it out, but sure, it's 2nd Ezra chapter 5, and you can start at verse 9 and read through 10.
God, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 9. Okay. And it says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet.
And what's that talking about? That's talking about this truth. All right, because what? Right now we have this whole YouTube crackdown coming down, right? Mm-hmm. And then what Esau is doing is he's cracking down on the sweet waters. Yep. Okay? But what? He's leaving that salt out there. Man. He's leaving that bitter shit, that shit that's going to dehydrate you. Man. Okay? Because what? This truth is going to hydrate you. What Yahushua said, he that drinketh of these waters shall never thirst, man.
That's right.
If you go to the ocean and you start drinking ocean water, that salty shit, it's going to dehydrate you even more and more.
You'll be done.
That's this other doctrine. That's these other Paul is going off. That's this other nonsense that these other camps are teaching. That's what's going to be left out here for you people.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, and the salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Mm-hmm. Then shall...
It's a lot going into what the brother said earlier about your neighbor. All right, your neighbor Joe, he going to come over here and bash your window in and come kill you, man, for the little bit of bread that you got in your house.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into the secret chamber.
And that's what we coming into, man. We coming into that time of the famine of the word, man.
Famine of the word.
Okay? Mm-hmm. That's what all this is leading down to. All this persecution that's coming down on the men of the Lord now. Okay? All these so-called terrorist acts that black Hebrew Israelites are doing. All that is leading down to is the famine of the word.
Yep.
And then guess what? Just like Pontius Pilate did, man, we washing our hands of your blood. After that happens, okay?
God, because we've been out here, man. We've been warning.
Yep.
You know, we've been doing our job, man. You know, we've been ringing and sounding that alarm for years. The apostles, the elders, man, they've been out there on the street corner for 30-some odd years, man. Okay? This truth has been out there, man. You know, and woe to you, shame on you if you decide to turn your back, man, or you don't get it. Okay? What you gonna say when Yahushua asks you that question, man? Or when the Most High asks you that, when you're in front of the judgment seat? There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth in that day, man. Real talk. Okay? And rightfully so. All right?
Read the next verse and then we'll close out on that.
Okay. This is verse 10. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 10, and it says, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall the unrighteousness and the incontinency be multiplied upon the earth.
You see, so unrighteousness is going to be multiplied. That's going back to that Ephesians chapter 5, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And these last days, it's going to be nothing but evil, and that unrighteousness, all that evil is going to multiply upon the earth, man, because of all the chaos that's happening, all the misery that you people are going to be in, man. It's going to be out there, and you ain't going to have nothing to do but to soak it in. While the men of the Lord are soaking in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is increasing within them.
Yep.
Okay? Redeeming the times. Okay? The Most High is going to leave you out there high and dry, man.
Stuck.
Yep. Out there baking in the sun, man. Getting your ass roasted till the nuclear missiles really come and roast your ass. Okay?
Yep. Gonna be through.
Yep.
As we say.
Yeah, through. Okay? Straight slumped. Okay? Like the dude on the way over here, the little car accident on the side of the road.
Mad
straight done. Finished.
Judgment.
Not going nowhere. Okay? You had anything else? Son. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rachak, Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to your Akim out there who are learning, and pushing out his truth, in sincerity, and shalom as well to the Akwakim who are learning in quietness and meekness. Shalom.
Shalom.